Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposters for Friday, March 8th, 2024. Oh boy. Let me just put my on my headphones here so I can hear myself. But yeah, it's been a wild ride for a week. Things I can't get into details here, but man. Whoa. But anyway, not gonna go into details here. But yeah, I remember the last thing I said on the last podcast. I was like, I'll tell you people what happens at that retreat. Yeah, not good. But again, can't get into it here. I did. Okay. So I have a few stories, little things here and there that happened. So first day, we get there, and so it's a potluck. So everyone's someone's making salad and adding onions to it, right? And she's got red onions, right? She's cutting her red. Well, she has a trick where she's like, she put it in water and it gets rid of the chemical, like the there's like a layer of a chemical that's on them, and if you get ice water or water, put it in water, just put it in a bowl of water, it gets rid of it apparently. Which I think I've heard, but it's not something I would like have thought of ever doing. I would never have remembered to do that ever. And so, she did that, right? And then she's like, "Anybody want to drink this?" And I'm like, "I'll drink it." And then some other guy was like, "Chug, chug, chug, chug." So I was like, "Oh, peer pressure. I gotta drink the whole thing now." It was a glass. It was about a glass of it, about a cup of it. And so I drank it. And then everybody asked, "Okay, so or a few people asked, "Okay, so how was it?" I'm like, "It's fine." There's a little bit of something in the back there that like you could tell it's got onion in it, but yeah, whatever. Not even like a minute later, I was like, "Yeah, but hitting the stomach, that is the worst. So bad, so bad." And for the preceding rest of the night, didn't eat dinner, and I stood for at least half hour staring at the ground, going, "Bad idea. Wow, real bad, so bad, just stupid." So yeah, that was one. And then and then I think it was that night, I ate a handful of right before bed. That was the other stupid thing. Don't do it before bed. One thing I recommend to people. There's two things I recommend people don't eat. Don't eat something acidic before bed, and don't eat something hot, spicy before bed. Horrible, horrible, very bad. Because I ate a handful of chili flakes. She gives me like a dime size, like little, like tiny little thing of chili flakes in my hand. I'm like, come on, lady. I ain't a wuss here. I ain't no sissy boy here. Fill me up. So I got a whole handful and I ate it. It was so dry. It was so dry. So dry. So dry. And so, yeah. And then the next morning proceeded to just, it goes right through me and crap myself. I almost crap myself on the onion juice, but didn't happen. So, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. I was so stupid. So stupid. Stupid. I'm very stupid. I was dumb. I was just a dumb. Also, I think it was a little bit of trying to impress people, which I had to get to past the point of like trying to impress people because like that does nothing for anything, and it gets me nowhere. It gets me nowhere because they're not impressed. It gets me nowhere. It gets me nowhere. So I've realized it gets me nowhere. Well, especially her, because I was a little bit trying to impress her too, a little bit. The one who ran the place, ran the thing. Like, oh yeah, but now I'm just like, ugh. I think it was. I think it was a little bit of that. Although now I'm kind of scared because from what happens, I can't exactly explain here. I gave her my card, which has a QR code on it to listen to this. And she's probably gonna listen to this, or maybe not. Maybe I'm scot free. I don't know. But this is bad. It's really bad. Very bad. Oh well, it could be bad. Anyway, don't worry about that. That's beside the point. That has nothing to do with anything to do with this, so we're good here. But yeah, so that's about the extent of like the things that happened. Although I did like no, because I was tempted on because she made on the Wednesday morning she made eggs Benedict with bacon, and there was like a split second there of like I'll drink the bacon fat, and then immediately realized no, that's gonna go right through me, and that's the worst thing ever, and I'll crap myself. Not gonna do that. Because somebody walked up to me and was like, I drink that, and he's like, you don't want to drink that. I'm like, no, actually no, it'll go right through me. Never mind. Yeah, no. But I did like with my pinky taste it. That was enough to just coat my stomach in just like, oh god. I think I did crap myself. I believe I did crap myself. But she's weird. Weird. But yeah. What was I thinking? So anyway, so but there was a split second of like, I'll drink that. First, someone was like, that's scalding hot. You may want to wait for that. And then it was like, and there was another split second after that where it was like, yeah, I'd have to wait for that. And then it was like, no, what am I, stupid? That go right through me and I crap myself. What am I doing? What are you, a nut? What am I, an ass? What am I, stupid? You're just an idiot. You're an idiot at that point. You're just an idiot at that point. I would just be an idiot at that point. So, I did not do that. So. Also, I became their, like, oh my god. I made it out to be that I was their own garbage disposal, so. Which, at least not wasting food, but still, it's like, Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't know. But anyway, what were they saying? Or what were they going to say? Yeah, so that was that, and that was about the extent of it. There was nothing, like, crazy good. I took some photos. Um, I have some photos. If you want to check my actually, I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think you have the. Cause that's the thing, okay? I was telling my friend, right? This whole posting people on, like, social media thing. Is it just a generational. Is it, like. What point of that are you allowed to post, right? Because someone at their tweet was making the point of, like, she was very uncomfortable with something that somebody made for her, but she couldn't post. But she posted on Instagram. I was like, okay, no, please take it down, kind of thing, right? So I thought to myself, this is way before that. I heard that from this person. But I was telling my friend, I'm like, but what point can you, like, just say, and what circumstance are you allowed to, like, just post someone's something? Because I guess because that's the other thing. In theory, we're all expecting that it'll be posted on Instagram or on social media. So we're not like big bad whatever. They can tell me to take it down, but they're like expecting that that's a possibility, right? Whereas like, is that legal though? I don't know, because I was talking about how like the young adults rally that we have, everything's just posted on Instagram, right? And we didn't sign any NDAs, and we didn't sign not NDAs, we didn't sign any like anything to say, whoa, we don't want our faces or we're allowing your faces. So is it just this like generational thing of like, well, because we don't care, they just assume, oh yeah, we can just post it, and like they're almost assuming that it'll be posted, right? Because like that's just the generation we're in, right? So I'm just kind of confused as to like, well, what do you mean? Like, so now I'm like, could I post that without people? Because I know there's that whole thing of like distribution without consent, which is like you can't present something, you can't show something, you can't do something, even if legally you're allowed to. They can still come back after you. Someone involved in said thing could come after you and say, well, no, I don't want that distributed without my consent. Sorry. You please take it down now. And it doesn't have to be a majority of the parties involved. It just has to be, I think, at least one party involved can say, nope, get that down now. Take that down right now. That is being distributed without my consent. I do not want this. Get out. Kind of thing. Right? And so, I don't know, right? It's one of those, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. I have no, like, can I post that picture? I don't know. I took one picture outside when we took a walk. Camera settings were just completely off. They're just horrible. They're just bad. Because I didn't do the exposure triangle, which would have been, you go up in something, or you change one setting, you must change another setting. Basically, how the exposure triangle works is like, I wish I could put this on. Oh, I might be able to have something I could use to put this on a stand of some kind. Actually, I can't because it's got like a. Oh no, I could. Anyway, exposure triangle is basically if you change one setting, so you change the white balance, change the aperture, change the shutter speed. I think it's those three, right? I think so. Or exposure, aperture, and something else. Anyway, you must change one of the other three. And on a digital camera, yeah, of course, you can see that. You can know, okay, this is bad, so I've got to change this up, and this is bad, and I've got to change that up. But, on a film camera, you don't know that. So I was just like, because I was also following my, 100% following my, light meter app that I had, and that's the thing. That's why some of the photos I got just turned out terrible, because they wanted freaking film speeds at like ridiculous, like 7 billion. I'm like, what are you doing? But they're doing the triangle where it's like, well, if you have this setting, you must have this setting and this setting. It's like, oh my god. I'm like, it doesn't know that I can't change that. Stupid people. Or stupid app. So now I'm going to try a different app with this one, because I have two black and white films in two different cameras, and I have a 100 film in another camera. And so it's like, oh yeah, okay, great. And one of the cameras is a point and shoot. It'll just do a lot of the work for me, so I don't have to worry about a lot of that one. Although it's not necessarily reading the DX code, which is okay. Which I'm almost debating taking out the 100 film in the camera there and putting it into my camera that reads DX codes, so I can like not have a problem with it. But which also has a zoom. But I want to actually get good at actually knowing how to actually do the settings, so I don't have to like I don't know. So I can actually use those cameras. So yeah, yeah. Then we took 3 group photos and. Here's the thing. My group photos came out much better than the other group photos. Well, because here's the thing. I was like scared of. I was like, because what happened was the group photo that was taken first was taken on an Instax, and the Instax was just, no offense, I'm sorry, that photo came out garbage. Both way too dark, like just way too dark, and way too and blurry. But it's like, oh, it's so blurry. It's like, but that's the point of the camera. No, it's because you don't know how to use a camera. Screw off, lady. I said to her person whose camera it was, I'm like, F off, lady. I didn't say it like that, but I said, no. I said, no, it can get better. And she like looked at me like, well, that's the point of it. I'm like, sure, that's what you want to believe. It's the people who don't know how to use those cameras. And to be honest, though, you're not going to get much better than that, but you can get just like, you can tell. My photos came out like wonderfully. My photos came out like actually good. Although it blew out the window with the light because I didn't have the settings correct, but you know, I just followed the light meter, so it's the light meter's fault. Well, kind of. It's my fault too, in the fact that I can't have high enough like film speed. So, but yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm blaming myself not knowing, and I'm blaming the light meter for telling me like what's wrong. Because almost every situation it asked me for an aperture of 1.7, which is the lowest I can get with my camera. So it's like, oh, okay, which is fair, I guess. But then it wanted me to do like weird ones, like 28 or for the ISO. Is that it? No, white balance, whatever the other one was, where it's like, okay, just a sec, I'll show you. What's that one called? White balance, shutter speed, aperture. No, they're both whatever the one was, where it's like over whatever, 1/8 over whatever. Am I reading that wrong? I may be reading that app wrong, actually, now I think about it. But anyway, because this camera which I have here, which is an Minolta Himatic S7, right, goes from 500 to 8, and it goes from 1.8 to 22. So this is heavy as heck. Holy crow, so heavy, ridiculously heavy. But this one has a much nicer like shutter, where the other one just kind of goes clink, 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 clink. Where this one kind of goes like a, which is so much nicer. I actually know that you're taking a photo. Like, you actually can like audibly hear, oh, I took a photo. I didn't just like guess here. Where I gotta like click it like 3 times. 'Cause I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's gonna work. you know. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's a nice one, and then I have my Ricoh AF5, which has got black and white film in it, which I'm probably gonna leave in this one, to be honest. Oh, it's not working, or it's not going very well. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So that's my film cameras right now. The other one's really expired. It's 100. I don't know how old it is, but although my local lab did say to me, the woman at my local lab did say to me when I brought in a different expired film, that it really impacts it a lot less than people think. It's really not a problem um, when then less of a problem than a lot of people think it is. Well, actually, that's the thing. Okay, so let me go back to the photo for a sec. We took a group photo. I was trying to get to a point there. Sorry. The point was, I saw that photo and went, "Holy crap! That's an awful, awful photo. Like, just terrible. As in, wow, that's so dark." So I was afraid. Oh, do I need my flash unit? And then I was like, "Oh no, I don't need my flash unit. Okay." I just didn't take it out. I was like, "No, you know what? It's gonna be better. I know it's gonna be a better photo," and it was. It was leaps and bounds better. Like just. It was leaps and bounds better than her photo. Although it blew out the window. Everybody else's looks so much better. Like you can actually tell who people are. Also, the size helps. I mean, this one's like comes out in like a what 2x3, I think, and mine's a 4x6, so it's much better. But let me just check. I gotta like check it. Yeah, it comes out as a I'd say like a I'd say two by 3.5, 4, yeah. And the other ones come out as a 4x6, so and they're like actual good pictures, and the quality and the resolution is better. So, yeah. And then I took some and made some into like wallet size photos. So, and I also asked everybody involved in the group. Well, actually, I asked my friend because I'm not on Facebook and they're all on Facebook. So it's like, hey, I'll ask my friend, can you just ask these people, hey, you want a copy of the photo? Because I can print you one. So yeah, right. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And nobody's answered me yet. But this week we're having our or young adults rally. So I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna ask you then for some photos. I might just bring photos, to be honest. The problem is though, what do I do with all the photos nobody wants? Also, that's the other problem. What do I do with all the photos nobody wants? Because there will be people who are like, no, thanks, I'm good. It's like, I have 3 photos here that I don't know what to do with. I have like 70 photos here that I printed. What are you doing? Ugh. I don't want to print the 15 photos that I could estimate that people would want, and then just have like 7 photos, 10 photos. It's like nobody wants these. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah. So the scans actually came out slightly better than the prints did, but they're not bad. I mean, they're fine. I have things of when I went to the Remembrance Day ceremony. Now that was incredible. I'm gonna go back again, but I'm gonna try and get there really early so we can get to the front of the line. I should have asked the other girl who actually ended up like walking around. See, like, how did it look? How did it turn out? How did it end up? Did you get a better view, or was it kind of just oopsies? Yikes! Did you get a better view, or was it just kind of like, not really worth? At least as how we were there and the amount of people, like by the time we were there and the amount of people, was it just not worth it? Do we need to be earlier, or could we have moved around and actually like gotten a better view? I don't know. Anyway, so that's cool. And I have a very like weird photo of. It's an artistic photo, but it's a very bad photo of Trudeau. Yeah. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so somebody's willing to sell me a Argos C4, C3? Agros? I think it's AGRUS? Agros? Yeah, I'm like, oh, I want one so bad. Or at least he's like, it'll change your life. I need everybody to try one of these things. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. He's willing to sell me one. So I'm like, oh, I want one. I want a real DSLR that like actually works. I don't know if this is DSLR actually. Or I say DSLR. No, SLR. I should get back to that person and see, like, is that person still, because I had COVID, so I couldn't buy the camera off of them. Now I'm like, oh, should I don't know. This guy I'm going to get, definitely 100%. I want this, and this is great. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, I can't wait to actually try these things, yeah. But yeah, what was I going to say? What was I going to say? Yeah, so, I'll just ask them. Just a sec. So, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. What they're going to say. Yeah, so, that's my film camera stuff, and I still want a DSLR, or like a digital camera. Because at one point I wanted a drone, and then I realized, what the hell are you going to fly drones? You're not at summer camp, right? You can't fly them on top of your house. The problem with drones is they're like 90%, because they're not quadcopters, they're drones, and 90% of drones have cameras on them, and you can't really turn them off because they're used for, like, you don't have to record, but they're used for, like, flying, so you can, like, see stuff. It's like, you're kind of screwed in the sense of, like, so it's like, that was dumb. Also, they're stupid expensive. They're just stupid expensive. For what they are and for what you can get from them, they're stupid expensive. Like, they're dumb. They're just dumb. They're just dumb, in my opinion. Because, like, we haven't gotten to the point, they're just illegal. Also, they're just flat out illegal in certain places, too. So it's like, well, because unless you have your own, like, farmland, or you are at a summer camp, or you're, you know, or this or that or the other thing, you're just not, there's, like, nothing you can do about it. You can, like, there's nowhere you can fly them. It's not good. They're also too big to fly in your house. So, like, what's the point? Right? So, they're just useless, in my opinion, for a lot of things. And you're not doing drone light shows, so what's the point here? Yeah, no. My watch is ringing because I set it for 11:50 so that I can go on stream from 12 to 2. But anyway, and it's ringing right now. You done yet? Okay, cool. So, yeah. I wanted one of those, but I'm like, no. Also, you got to think about what you want. Like, do you want better audio, better video, like cooler ways to take video? And so I opted to take my money and use it for the 360 camera to make 360 virtual tours. So I figured like that would make more sense for me. I want to actually get good at that. I was talking to people at that retreat, like, yeah, no, I want 360 virtual tours. It's amazing. I think this is what I could do. Also, it's a pretty good opportunity, good thing too. But I got to figure out like a marketing strategy because like I was telling people, I was telling her father actually, one who's running the things. Her father was like, yeah, well, and to her, the thing is, once you do it for someone, and he was making the point, yeah, well, you can give him other services. Like, yeah, but I don't offer any other services. That's the thing. Because I was like, you can only take, because once you do their 360 virtual tour, there's nothing else. I repeat, nothing else they need from you. That's the problem. It's like, that's a stupid, like, until you've not lost a customer, but you'll never get recurring customers from these things. Like, you'll never need it again. Like, yeah, but you can offer another. You can offer a different service. Like, I could, but I don't offer anything else. That's a problem. And he's like, nah, well. He looked at me with this like, well, I mean, that's your dilemma. I don't know. You could figure that part out. Basically, that's a you problem. I gave you my 2 cents. That's a you problem. Well, fair enough. That is a me problem. But yeah. So, in my opinion, the places that, and see, in my opinion, because my brother made the point of how in 360 virtual tours, it depends on where you go. But if you're going to do like a museum or something like that, he kind of had this point of, what would the point of going be? Like, you've seen it already? Like, yeah, but then her father made the point of, yeah, but if we know the physical, like, being in physical places is, like, really important to people. Because I said, no, to her and to him. I love that. I see a place like that and I go, I want to go there now. Let me go now. Like, yes, I like the virtualness of it, but also I'm like, no, I want to go there now. That's amazing. I want to be there in person, kind of thing. And that's the thing too. A lot of these half-ass, like, you have Street View, but you don't really have. Also, your Street View is not on your website. Take the Street View, put it on your website, then, man. Anyway, I've cold called a whole bunch of people, and they're all like, and I've gotten 2 or 3 like responses of like, well, we have this, and it's kind of this. I'm like, yeah, but you don't have a proper one. And they're like, no, but we're fine with this for now. I'm like, fine. Or they're like, great idea, and then just leave and like book it and never care. Because the places I think you should do it for are churches, schools, summer camps, what else? Offices, places that any conference halls, anything, wedding halls, where anything you want to see the place beforehand. Then he brought up the point. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to ever get into that. The real estate. I'm like, that's your recurring business. I'm like, no, you're right. No, you're right, but like, I don't care. Also, that's a whole different thing, and there are all these different websites that do that better than me. 'Cause I can't make Actually, I probably could, but why would you waste your time making the 3D blueprints when in reality, or the dollhouse, right? When it really, you just take what already exists. Like, you're stupid at that point. What are you, a dum dum? Dum dum make dum dum give you gum. No, dum dum. Thing from the Night Museum, the like Easter Island head. Dum dum give you gum gum, give me gum gum. But anyway, yeah. So that kind of thing where it's like, why would you do that? That's just ridiculous. That's stupid. Because you're not going to offer a better service. I'm not going to offer a better service at all. That's not going to happen. Like, I just know that. So what's the point? But I'm like, no, that is the, like, and that's probably where you're going to get the most clients. That's the problem. So I got to, like, learn. And at that point, why are you even wasting your time? Just go get a website and do it. Pay a website to do it, to host it. What are you doing? Which is fair. I mean, that is, like, something I should probably just eventually do, just because, like, just why are you wasting your time? But he's like, oh, if you get experience using this software. Because she was like, no, do it for free. You can get it for free. I know you can. I believe in you. Also, she's very encouraging. This person is very encouraging. Although she stated that that's what she wants to be for friends. Encouragement of, like, so that you're not sitting passively discontent with your life. Oh, I wish I could do this, but I don't care. You can do it. You can do this. 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 I'm like, okay. Because she kept doing it to me. I love this. This is great. And then, you can do this. Come on, go for it. Get it. You'll do it. I believe in you. I'm like, wow, lady, you're more encouraging than my parents. Jeez Louise. I'm like, this is amazing. But if you know what happened, then that means nothing. But anyway. Yeah, so, what were they saying? Yeah, so, personally, in my opinion, I feel like, yeah, I might have to get into, like, the real estate side of it. Like, yeah, well, I think I offer other services and bigger services and more services. And, like, do you want audio and video and visuals and all this and all this and all that? Because you can make it video-wise, too. I realized, I'm like, oh, yeah, you can. I just didn't want videos at that point. I should have just done it all just to know how to do it. Now I'm kind of, like, regretting I didn't just have one with video. I showed her it, and she's like, very impressive. Very impressive. Kind of like, but, like, that thing that your mother, you know that thing when your mother looks at something that you've done and goes, impressive, cool. Like, now what? Or she'll go, impressive. Now, how can you actually use this for anything productive and constructive? It's like, because I did that once. I was sitting at the dinner table at one of the Wednesday night dinners that we have at church, and I'm sitting with one of my friend's parents, right? And I show her this wooden case I made for my for a thumb drive, like a USB drive, and she like has this look that every mother does when it's like, great, because she looked at me too and said, "Would you want to sell that?" And I'm like, no, not this. I could do rings and I could do the bow ties, but not. Not this thing. This thing was incredibly stupid to make. Although if I did, I think I said something to the fact that if I did do it, I know how I would do it better and do it properly and do it not in the way that I did it. So yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so. Oh boy, I was like, and she did that like mother thing where she looks at you and goes, okay, so how can you use this productively and constructively, How can this, basically, how can you make money with this? You want to make, I'm like, oh god. And then she did that thing, or should she? No, somebody did. I don't remember what I was talking about necessarily. Anyway, but yeah. So yeah. Anyway. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, when I showed her the thing, she kind of looked at me with that like motherly look of like, great. Now, can you get this to be an actual thing, or are you just gonna sit here with these two things that you've only ever made, and that was it, and that's all? Like, fair enough. Ah, boy. Well then, but yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna try and do with my life. I've started a Dropify so I can make shirts. I want to make merchandise, not just shirts, but yeah. And then I have what else I have? So I connected that to my Etsy shop, and then I have um made a it's awkward elegance design on Instagram. Please go follow. Um, I want to make an ad. I want to make an ad. I want to like buy an ad for Instagram and just see how it works. Because for $5 a day for a week, right? I'll get between 12,000 and 31,000. I think, or 33,000, something like that. It's actually not bad. I think it's actually pretty good. And my dad, I was asking my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, no, that's pretty good." And if you get even like 1 to 4% of those people, that's incredible. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. It's click through rate and CPMS and all that. You know, it's like, oh yeah. So I might do that. I want a video advertisement too, ad too. I've seen all these people making video ads. I'm like, that's the problem. That's the problem. I'd have to explain the whole thing, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to go there. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be great and perfect, but yeah, I mean, I could try it. I could try it. I'd like to know because I made it into a business account. That's why. Well, a creator account which I can make ads with. So like, okay, good. And I'm probably going to do that just to see what like garners me. Hopefully, it garners me some good stuff. Not necessarily, the greatest. Yeah. So yeah, I have to figure this out, right? No, not this. Not edit. Son of a dingus. Stop it. Trying to figure something out here. Sorry. I wanted to copy and then just how do I edit editing here. That's what I wanted. Anyway, sorry. Just give me 30 seconds here. Yeah. So that's like, what was I just talking about? Oh gosh. Anyway. Oh yeah. No, not cameras. Anyway, whatever. Are there two A's here? That's not right. That's not what I wanted. Oh, sorry. Just a sec. Stop it. Sorry. Hmm. I didn't put the punctuations in there at all. That was completely wrong. Actually, no, it's not that bad. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So yeah. Oh, my clothing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I did that. So yeah. I gotta figure out how to do that, and then like figure it all out. And oh yeah, making freaking advertisements. Ugh, it's gonna suck so bad. It's gonna suck so bad. It's gonna suck so bad to have to do all that because like, it's just a lot of work. Because I said to her, God, the business part I just don't want to touch. I just don't want this. Give me an accountant. Give me a business manager. Do all that part for me and just make. Because I said that. I think I said also to her that like I'd be the talent on my own YouTube channel, but I don't want to do any of the other work. Don't make me. Don't promote me. Don't make me promote myself. Don't make me edit anything. Don't make me do that. I did one thing once where I had to. I was so the last video I made, which was me reviewing that Looney Tunes comic, and then there's a part where I have to like blur out someone's face, blur out someone's name. I'm like, or like address. I'm like, this is dumb. It took me like. It was up to like 3 in the morning figuring out how to do this. Some guy, I had to get some guy on the DaVinci Resolve Discord to come and like help me, and we were on a video. We were on a voice chat, and I was like, "Look, dude, I told you how to do it, and I just have to figure, doing it." I'm like, that's so annoying." He's like, "Bye." He's like, "Hey, you might have to do this frame by frame, so bye." It was only like 40 frames, so it wasn't that bad. And most of the time, it like would pick it up, but and I would put my head down under the camera to read the thing closer. It would pick up my head and then move. So I had to like bring it back and say, "No, you're going over here." And there are frames in that video if you watch closely and you pause at the right moments, you can actually read their address. But like also, because the guy's like, "What kind of stupid person puts their address in there?" It's like, well, you wanted to buy something, but they didn't end up doing so. And I only realized like late, like a few minutes into it, like, oh, there's someone's actual address there. Okay, hand's gonna go there for the remainder of this page. Like, why didn't I figure that out from the beginning? I don't know. Ah. So yeah. What was I going to say? It's awful. And that's one little thing that I had to figure out. I don't even give a hoot. Drives me nuts. Drives me so nuts. It's like, oh my god, kill me so bad. Shoot me now. I hate editing. Although my editor's not. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this right now. The editor that I have is not that great. He just puts things together, which is fine. That's what I do most of the time. And I was telling her also, I was like, dude, a like 5-10 minute video takes me like 3 to 4 hours to edit. It's insane. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It drives me so nuts. So nuts. I'm like, oh my god, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's ridiculous. I was going to say edit, right? What? Oh. It's a different way of saying it. Okay. Anyway, we'll figure this out. Anyway, yeah. So, what was I just saying? I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, editing. Yeah. So yeah, I just hate editing, but whatever. And there's a point where she turns to me and she goes, or she like looks at me and she goes, "You just hate everything, don't you? You just hate doing, don't you?" I'm like, yeah. And somebody else turns to me and goes, "Well, do you like the process? You like?" No, not at all. I like the finished product. And he's like, figure a way to get into it. Figure a way to something that you like. Figure a way to get into the thing you like. So yeah, fair enough. That does. Yeah, no. You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. But yeah, anyway. So that's just me, and I hate it. But also, though, I said to her again, I'm reading a book about how to like write a script and how to make a movie, and the guy says, "You're going to write a script. Write it as if you're and not write it as if, but write it, and you like that you will direct it. Write it that you will direct it because you know what you want and you know how you want it done, and you're not gonna get anything screwed up, and you're not gonna get some weird vision that someone else had where it's like your vision is here and then their vision is like in a different direction, which may be similar to yours but not what you wanted. So anyway, look. So yeah, and she like looked at me like, yeah, yeah, okay, I see what this guy's saying. So yeah. Also, I made everybody like, or both on my Discord and my Instagram, was like, yo, it was I think it was last year too, not even this year. So, um, make it so that like every so often, just tell me, read this book, read this book, read this book, read this book, because I want to write a damn script for my. Because I was telling her, I don't want a damn script for my freaking what's it called documentary. She's like, I hate this. I hate this so much. It's like, God, you just hate everything. You just hate doing, don't you? I'm like, yeah, no, I do. Hate getting started, hate doing, but once it's done, because I kept saying to her, but when the finished product is there, like, I made this. This is insane. Especially when it's something that's physical, because she loves, because her other side job was going to be pottery. And I'm like, oh my god, wow. Jeez Louise. First of all, because, like, that's not easy to do, but second, it's like, wow. Um, but, like, yeah, wow. And so I was like, I like making things. I love using my hands to make things. It's great. I do. I think that's what I like, being a maker. Oh, my knee just popped. That's incredible. Um, yeah, so. Sorry, so yeah. Yep, so. I don't know, man. That's just, yeah, so I was like, oh, boy. I like the finished product. Like, I made this? That's incredible. That's insane. That's insane. Although, actually, that was way before. Yeah, well. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah. I'm making rings up the wazoo. I've made 3 crosses. Also, four crosses, actually. Technically 5 crosses, because I made one way back in the day out of ebony. But anyway, that one doesn't count. Oh, or 5 crosses, because I made one out of birch? No, balsa wood. It's just stupid, and I don't know why I made that one. But anyway, what was I gonna say? But yeah, I made 3 crosses for people. I made 3 crosses for people. I made rings. I made a bow tie. I don't have enough wood to make a bow tie anymore, do I? No, I don't. I just ran out of. I've ran out of wood. Well, no, because I've been chopping up the same piece for like 10 years. Well, no, it's because I've been chopping off pieces of this piece for like 10 years. Now I'm at the point where it's like, oh, there's nothing much more I can do with it, and there really isn't. So, like, what am I supposed to do at this point with the small, tiny little pieces that are unusable? There are some that are usable for like rings, but most of them are just not good at all. So, yeah, they're just most of them are not good at all. So it's like, oh, yoy. They're just too small. Like, what do I do with these scrap pieces that like could possibly make something, but they're just way too small? I don't know. I wonder if wooden earrings are a thing. I mean, I know I'm sure someone's made them, but I'm just wondering what part of it's wood and what part I don't know. I guess in theory I could make some tiny little thin like cross. I don't know. I'm just trying to think like what do I. Anyway, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. Though, so again, in the description there will be ways if you want to get in contact with me. There's the email. That's tacoimposters at gmail.com. That's tacoimposters at gmail.com. There's the 2 Discords. You want to support me, there's Patreon. You want to also support me, there's my music, there's my merchandise. Well, merchandise is like Etsy shop. And yeah, I think it's going to be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos.